Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Amari. If you're new here, hello. I just wanted to make this video because I don't feel like it's appropriate to post just any video, and I really do want to use my platform, no matter how small, to speak on issues that I find incredibly important. So if you're unaware, I didn't post a video last week, and if you have me on Instagram, you will know that instead of posting a video, I shared, I think, at least 10 or more black creators on YouTube that I thought you guys could watch instead of watching my video because I didn't upload one. And I will share those with you right now so that you guys can go watch them and support them after this if you don't already know who they are. First of all, I have to do a major shout out to my girl Paige Mariah. I know a lot of you have come from her channel, and thank you so much for subscribing to mine and watching me weekly. And for those of you who don't know who she is, she's an amazing, amazing, sweet soul, and I urge you guys to go check out her channel. I will leave a little screenshot of her channel right here, and I would just love it would mean the world to me if you guys go check her out if you haven't already, and leave her a nice comment and subscribe to her, as well as the rest of the YouTubers that I'm going to shout out. These people have different types of content, so choose from what you find interested in. These next black creators are women, and they're all in the beauty industry. So I have Jackie Aina. I love her. Her sense of humor is just on point. She never fails to make me laugh, and I love how she can get a little shady. And also her makeup is bomb. Like, personally, I don't like to wear that much makeup, and I don't have like the same kind of skin type as she does, so I don't wear mine the same way, but it's just so fascinating and amazing to watch her in the way that she does her makeup. I also really love Alyssa Ashley, and I love Arnell Armand. They're twin sisters, and they're beautiful as can be. All these people that I'm naming are gorgeous. But yeah, they're all into beauty. Who else is into beauty that I have? Nima Tang. She's so sweet. I get that vibe from her videos that she's just like the sweetest person ever. Her skin is so beautiful. Like, it's so, like, all these people, their skin is just like so smooth. Like, you just tell, like, it's just, it's beautiful. Anyways, who else did I name in the beauty category? I'm trying to remember. I know Jackie Aina, Alyssa Ashley, Arnell Armand, we had Nima Tang. Oh my god, how deep is it? Okay. Alright, so, okay, getting into some other categories. For fashion and like lifestyle kind of vlogs type situations, I really like to watch Kiana Naomi. She's super cute and super sweet. She's just really bubbly, and I like her personality, and her videos are fun to watch. I also like Verena. I'm not quite sure if she's considered black or not. I know she's POC and she's Egyptian, so I'm not quite sure, but I threw her in there because I wasn't sure. But yeah. And then we have It's Keisha. I love her commentary videos. She's so funny. And I just really like her opinions and her points of view. So if you are into commentary and like being a little shady, spilling some tea, talking about some interesting topics, I definitely recommend her channel. And again, I'm putting all the screenshots here on the side so you guys can see exactly who I'm talking about, what their channel is, and their names and all of that. I also, for like commentary and more like reaction kind of videos, I do... Okay. Well, for more commentary and reaction kind of videos, I really like to watch AJ2. I don't know, that's her name, but I think her name is Joy. And I really like watching her videos, especially reacting to like Melanie Martinez and Billie Eilish and like all of like artists that I enjoy. She makes reaction videos to them, and her laugh is so precious. Like, her laugh makes me crack up all the time. Okay. And lastly, I have Kingsley, I know he doesn't really make videos that much, especially anymore, but if you go to his channel, I urge you to check out his old content, like the overexposed videos and all of that. They cracked me up back in the day. Jenna Marbles and Kingsley are the two YouTube creators that I watched every single week when I first started watching videos on YouTube. When I was first interested in YouTube and I was watching videos all the time on YouTube, these are the creators that I would watch every single week because I just thought they were so funny, and I don't know, they just made me smile, made me feel better, because I had a bunch of other stuff going on at the time. That's when I found out I had anxiety disorder. That's when I found out I was depressed, and I was going through therapy and all that, and these people really just made my day and made me laugh. And so I always think of them very highly and positively. I love Jenna Marbles and I love Kingsley. I think that's all of them that I put on my story the other day last week. But of course, unless you're living under a rock, you know everything that has been going on, and I really just want to make the statement, let you guys know where I stand. I support Black Lives Matter 100%. There will never ever be a time that I don't support Black Lives Matter, because I think that what's going on in our country is incredibly wrong. First of all, this shouldn't even be something that we have to fight for, and the fact that it is just tells you how much the world, how fucked up the world is, how fucked up our country is, how fucked up the system is. Like, there's so much that's wrong that I can go on and on and on and tangent about, but I'm not going to. I just need you guys to know that Black Lives Matter is an important movement, and if you don't stand for it, I need you to ask yourself why. I need you to educate yourself, and I need you to understand that this movement and this statement is not controversial. It's not a debate. It's not anything of those sorts, and it's not a trend. Black Lives Matter does not mean that other lives don't matter. It does not mean that other people aren't as important. It doesn't mean that Black lives takes priority over everything else or anything like that. It simply just means Black Lives Matter. And the reason why they matter, and the reason why we need to scream it from the freaking rooftops at protests and all of that, is because the system was not built for them. It was not built for Black and brown people. It was not built for us. It caters to white people, white supremacy, and white privilege. And that's obviously wrong. And if we're fighting for equality, which I would hope to God that everyone at this point is fighting for equality, and that's what you honestly and genuinely believe that needs to be in this world, is equality, then Black Lives Matter, and that's it. There's no debate, there's no discussion. And if you're finding yourself debating with someone about any of this, ask them why the hell they don't think. Like, why are they debating the lives of other people, especially because of skin tone? That's just incredibly wrong. But I just needed to make that statement. Black lives will always and have always mattered, and I stand with you guys, and I stand in support of you guys, and I hope you know that you have my unconditional love and support, and I will always be here standing for what I believe is just. And right now they need our help and they need our support more than anything. And I hope that you guys are supporting as well, and if not, honestly, unfollow. I don't I don't really care. I want people around who watch me and support the same things that I do, because this is not a debate. It's not a controversial thing. It's not a trend. It's not a matter of... It's not a political thing. It's literally a human rights thing. It's a human rights issue. The fact that people of color are not treated the same, are not given the same rights, are not given the same opportunities is incredibly unfair and ridiculous. I can tell you based on personal experience, I have had my share of racist and discriminatory comments, remarks, microaggressions, acts, all of those things. And it sucks. It's shitty as fuck. And I wish that wasn't the case, but that's unfortunately what I've had to endure throughout my 21 plus years of living. And I really badly want this to not be the case for my future children, not be the case for any person of color going from now on. I want so badly for things to be different, and I have all the faith in the world that my generation, Generation Z, will be able to make that change, make this happen, make this a reality, the new reality of our world, of our country, to just be and not have to worry about the dumbest things. Like, it's a lot, and I don't want to like get into tangents and talk a lot about it, but just know this is incredibly important, and I stand with the Black community. And for those of my Latinx people in the community, I know those of us in the younger generations are those who have been seeing what really goes on, have been seeing what really happens, have seen the truth and want to seek the justice. And I know those older in our community are still racist and discriminative, and it's horrible. So please check your family, check your friends, check anybody you need to. And honestly, if they're still gonna believe that Black lives don't matter, or if they're gonna continue to be racist, or they're gonna continue to be prejudiced or discriminatory, drop them. Drop them. Because this needs to end. It needs to be over with. Also, for those in the Latinx community, know your roots. First of all, the slave trade took place in Latin America as well, especially in the Caribbean and Brazil. So there's many countries in Latin America who have Black people, because I would hope by now that you guys know ethnicity does not equal race, which means people in the Latinx community can be Black, they can be white, they can be brown, they can be any freaking in between there is, okay? My mother is white passing. She's Mexican, she's white passing. My family on my Mexican side, for the most part, they're all lighter than me. Pretty much they're all lighter than me, besides one of my other cousins who is also mixed with Mexican and Puerto Rican. She's also darker like I am. Because Puerto Ricans, know your freaking roots, guys. As I said, the slave trade took place in Latin America, especially in the Caribbean and Brazil, which means those in the Caribbean usually range from very pale to very dark. I mean, most of Latin America does, but I'm speaking because I know this fact, because my Puerto Rican grandfather is indeed a Black man. He's Puerto Rican and he's Black. He's both. And growing up, so many people asked me so many different questions because it did not make sense to them that he was both. Because apparently you cannot be Black and Puerto Rican, which it's its own conversation, but just know, as Latinx, our skin tones, our ancestors, everything ranges. Colonization took place. Slavery took place. All those things are within our history and make up who is in our community to this day. So now is not the time to be pick and choose and say, oh, I want to fight for Latinx issues and that, but I don't want to fight for Black issues, because you don't care about Latin issues then. if you don't care about people in your community, because there are plenty of black people in our community. I'm just making it very clear for you guys because I'm tired of going on social media. Most of the people that I know that are my friends and that obviously stand for Black Lives Matter, otherwise I would not be friends with them. But I have seen other people who are not really like friends, more acquaintance, I guess, or people who have just followed me. I've been looking through my stories, looking through my feeds, and the amount of people in my community that I see, the amount of people in general, first of all, that I see not supporting, what are you doing? But the amount of people in my own community that I'm just like, that's really funny. You can say the N-word, but now is not the time for you to support Black Lives Matter. And yet you don't see your issue and how you're contributing to oppression. Okay. So, in no way, shape, or form is my community perfect. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that they're not racist. I'm just stating for them to understand their roots, to understand their history, their ancestors, and hoping that that makes them realize that this is your issue. This is your fucking issue. The amount of people who don't think this affects them directly is just strange because this does affect us all. As minorities, this affects all of us. This is our fight. This isn't just the black community's fight. We're fighting with them. We're supporting them. And that's on that. I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? Hopefully this video is cohesive and makes sense. I know sometimes I start mixing, rambling, and things get a little confusing. But Black lives matter. They have always mattered, and they will always fucking matter. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave links in the description down below of some articles that I have found and have read that have been helpful. I'm also going to leave the link to ally.wiki, which is a great website that has many resources available for you to learn, to donate, to petition, to everything. So there is no excuses. There's also plenty of videos here on YouTube that you can look up that are made to either educate you or have you enjoy black artists, black creators, and the AdSense of those videos are going to be donated to Black Lives Matter. Please check out those videos. I know a lot of people in the beauty community are doing black-owned beauty brands, like a full face of black-owned beauty brands, and they're donating all the AdSense to Black Lives Matter. I know other people like Zoe Amira is the first one that I found doing the whole video, and she had a whole like almost hour-long video that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I found some new artists to listen to that her revenue is going towards Black Lives Matter. There's plenty of other people who have been hopping on this and saying that they're donating the revenue of their videos to things. Remember, there's plenty of things to do. Bring awareness. If you see something and you think it's incredibly important, share it. It's not hard. It's literally not the end of the fucking world to share something. I have been sharing things all the freaking time on my Instagram because I think it's important to do that on, you know, not so public spaces, like in the comfort of my home. I have been signing petitions. I have been donating. I actually check out my Depop where I'm donating money to Black Lives Matter from each purchase that I've made. I'm still doing that. I've made over $100 so far that I have been donating. As soon as money hits my account, I've been calculating the percentages of things and donating that money to organizations. So far I've donated to the ALCU, I think that's what it is. And I've donated to Black Lives Matter organizations. There's plenty of other things to donate to. What else? There's plenty of books to read to educate yourself on systematic oppression, racism, anything like that. There's plenty, There's plenty of shows on Netflix and I'm pretty sure on other streaming platforms that talk about the Black experience and racism and anything along those lines. I remember watching When They See Us when it first came out, and I freaking cried, and I was so enraged and pissed that this shit happened. And there's plenty of other movies and that of which I watched that literally trigger me to the max, but they're worth watching. So that is my stance. Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna be leaving a bunch of links down below of things that might be helpful to you. Please feel free to check them out. It would mean a lot and do a lot of good in this world. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next week. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm hoping to come back next week with a video, but first things first, this is very important and I want to get this out and I want you guys to know my stance, what I believe, and what I care about, because this is incredibly important. So yeah, I will see you guys next week in that video, and until then, please take this time to educate yourselves, support Black creators, just support Black Lives Matter, please. Thank you. Bye.